Hey guys, Muffin Game back today, bringing a video for our favorite weapon series for our Warzone weapons. Today we're covering the CR-56 AMAX or the Galil ACE 32. So this is a modernized variation of the original IMI Galil produced by IWI. And again, this is the ACE 32 firing 7.62 by 39mm. So we covered this a while back when the weapon first came out. I never actually had a win with this weapon, and I just recently revisited it. So I'll show you the weapon build, and then I'm going to walk you through a really nice, pretty decently high kill duo win here with this weapon. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Here you have the final design for the IWI ACE 32 with a little bit over 16-inch barrel here, firing 7.62 by 39mm. So go ahead and back out for this. We'll strip this thing down to base. I'll go ahead and get rid of the camouflage to the base camo. And here we have the standard CR-56 AMAX or the IWI Galil ACE. So we'll go ahead and first off for the muzzle, we're going to go ahead and do the monolithic suppressor. Pretty straightforward one when it comes to Warzone. Sound suppression, damage at range, and it's going to keep us off the minimap. Cons are the ADS speed and the aim walk and steadiness, which will mitigate with this weapon going forward. Again, you have a couple different options here. We're going to go just with the default one. Next up for the XRK Zodiac S440. So it appears to be the 440, meaning that it's 440 millimeters long barrel, meaning right around a 17-inch barrel. So this is going to give us the longest barrel and the best options here for the Galil ACE. So we're going to have the damage at range, the bullet velocity, and the recoil control with this barrel. The cons being ADS speed and movement speed. However, we'll mitigate the ADS speed here with this next attachment. So we'll go ahead and put this on. And next up for the laser, we're going to want attack laser. Again, ADS speed, so this will help mitigate or compensate for the lack of ADS speed we had there. We're going to have ADS speed increase, aiming stability, and aim walking steadiness. Con is that the laser will be visible only when you're ADSing. Optic, we're going to go with one of my favorites overall. Is going to be the Integral Hybrid or the Leopold Hammer with that top-mounted delta on there. So again, reflex and scout toggle, so we can toggle from the 3.25 to the top-mounted red dot or the delta point. And we'll have that increased zoom level with the 3.25 scope there on the bottom. And then the cons here are going to be the ADS speed, which again, we're putting that laser on there, so we're going to really mitigate all those cons that we're having for the ADS speed to kind of even it out to base. Go ahead and put that on. Skip out on the stock as well as some of the other attachments here. The only other ammo is going to be the 45 round magazine or the M67 of 7.62 by 39mm. So we'll skip out on that. We're going to go with the underbarrel. I'm actually going to do something different. We're going to do a Merc foregrip. So again, recoil control, hip fire accuracy. Cons are going to be the aim walk and movement speed and the aim down sight speed. Now, I'm choosing this because this weapon has pretty high recoil, and when you do something like a commando or even a Ranger foregrip, the recoil still seems to be all over the place, especially with the Ranger. So where the Merc foregrip seems to be one of the better options or the best option for anything 7.62 by 39 specifically. And it also works really well with 7.62 by 31. But we'll put the Merc foregrip on there. You'll see in the gameplay, it makes this weapon very, very accurate. The recoil is very, very controllable. And I think this is probably one of the lowest recoil builds you can probably get with this. This is what I was running right when this came out. Like I said back then, it was a really good gun, very accurate. I just couldn't get a win with it at the time, no matter how many high kill games I had. And here, finally was able to pull it off after just putting this back on my loadout the day that I recorded this. We're going to go with the Desert Snake skin on this, just because I'm running this with range, trying to have like a nice Delta Operator Desert type camo look going on here. We'll go ahead and put that on. And then in the gameplay, I think you'll also see me I'm running an AX50 instead of the M82 on there as well. But also for the reticle on this, for the hammer sight, I always prefer the Chevron Tactical. Gives us a nice optic there, and then the delta point's going to be a nice yellow dot there. So nice precision sight picture. We'll go ahead and put that on. That's our final design for our IWI ACE 32. And again, that barrel, the 440 millimeter barrel. It doesn't tell us how long it is. However, S440 makes me think it's 440 millimeters, meaning right around 17 inches. Putting that right in line. The only two variants of the ACE that fire 7.62 by 39 are going to be the ACE 31 and the ACE 32. And the ACE 31 is an 8.5-inch barrel, which would be kind of the intruder here, and the 32 being 16.1. So this is actually slightly longer, however, still brings us in line with the ACE 32 here. So we'll go ahead and obviously use that. This is our final design for our IWI ACE 32. Let's go ahead now and walk you through a really nice duo win here that I have with Kaz. So starting off here, we landed over by military, not quite, and we're just looting here, and at this point, I actually picked up a dead silence, and Kaz was getting pushed, so I'm going to pop that dead silence. I had to cover quite a bit of ground here, but you can see there, I was able to mount that FAMAS and just down that guy from a pretty long distance, even though I could barely see the dude. I could barely see his head, but just mounting that thing with a high rate of fire. Very easy to get that kill. We fast forward just a little bit here. We were able to loot up enough, get our loadout, and we have a bounty that we picked up here. And these guys are right up here at the top of the hill. We're moving towards them, and right here I'm going to spot them. You see by this shed. So I'm going to call that out. And then here's my horrible sniping skills with the AX-50. Trying to find something a little different to use here besides the M82. I'm able to get that down there, and Cause cleans him up. So I kind of hit that one a little bit. Kind of a little bit of luck. I don't have the bullet velocity down at all with that weapon yet, so I need to play with that more. But the last guy, I did a wide right flank, and he fell back down into this house. And we're both going to push this together. He's ghosted at this point, so it's really hard to tell where he is. But obviously, he's up top there, shooting down at Cause, and this is a very interesting game of cat and mouse. Since he's ghosted, I'm kind of listening, trying to hear where he is here at this point. And I can tell he went out the window and he's running around the house somewhere. So we're just going to be trying to run around and find this dude.
He ran around?
For quite a while here. We're both on each opposite sides of the house. Cause is dipping in and out. I'm checking all this side, so we don't know where this guy is. And you can see there he's going to shoot a little bit at Cause. He comes in, he comes out. I go around to cut him off again. And he comes in and he actually downs Cause there, which is good for him. And he almost got me too with the drop shot. But you can see that 72x39 to the upper body head area there just completely wrecked him. Fast forward a little bit, we're moving across the bridge. And we're pushing into fire here. And you can see right here, I just picked up somebody on the heartbeat. So I'm going to fall back a little bit here. I'm not sure where he is. And then he gets in this car, or the truck, and pushes me to the truck. So I'm kind of freaking out. Never ends well. And again, it's the same guy we just killed. He landed on his loadout. Got his loadout again. And you can see he tried to drop shot me again there. He's running the current meta, the FAMAS, so the FFAR, and the AUG, which is a very annoying build. But again, able to crush him with that 7.62x39. So it always feels good to do that to meta weapon users. Now, fast forward again. We circled around top dam again after looting down low. And there was a buy down here. So Cause is going to move in front of them. And I'm going to stay up here, try and get eyes down. And I think at this point he had already dropped in. And so we know that they're down here somewhere. And I'm going to move on top to try and get eyes to see where they are. And Cause pings one. He says he's up top here. And so right there I'm able to spot him and easily break and down him after a lot of my shots were clipping the rocks. But we couldn't find the other guy here. And my best guess was he had already moved up where that guy was trying to move up around dam. So we were keeping an eye out for him later on. Fast forward, we moved down in position. I caught up with Cause, and I saw a truck just bail on my minimap there by police. They were driving around for a while, so it wasn't really a surprise. I was keeping an eye on them, and they bailed there, able to get that easy kill. And again, here we're looking at people, and then we hear someone near us. They just bought a guy at this buy station that we're right on, so he just bought. Cause gets shots on him. I can hear him running around again. These sneaky rose skins are like impossible to see, but again, able to just really even the playing field with this Ace 32 with the 7.62x39. Just hits really, really hard. Obviously, one of the better or highest TTK weapons in the game right now, for sure, when it comes to ARs, and it just crushes. So, again, his buddy's been hovering this whole time, and right there, Kaz and I just ambush him. I think Kaz is running either a, I think he's running the SIG 5.56 in here. Yeah, he is. So he's running the SIG 5.56, and then it's 2v2 here. These guys are over at police right now. And so we have pretty good position. They barely have any bit of police inbound. So they're going to need to be out in front or up on the roof. And so I'm just trying to peek here, try and get eyes to where they are. One's up top, and it seems like one's down low or maybe still inside. So we just really need to slow play this. Again, 2v2, we know where they both are. They need to move into the circle before we do. And I can see one up there.
He's up there, both up top.
And he's just kind of ducking behind cover and everything. And at this point, the circle is going to shift our direction, which is great. But we want to cut these guys off. So Kaz downs the guy. I think he downed the guy below.
Hit on the roof.
I'm going to get the shot on that guy on the roof. And at this point, I'm going to reposition. I'm going to get forward. So they're in big trouble. That guy's got a self-res. They're going to have to push right to us. Really unfortunate circle position for them. But here we go. Just waiting for them. And again, I have really hard cover there. Just going to play that tactically. Make them come to us. No need to do anything stupid. I get one, Kaz gets the other. So we had a really good game here. We did a lot of things in between the gameplay. You saw a lot of sniping interactions down at like ATC. We were shooting from that house. So luckily we moved into position pretty early. We guessed that circle right, and we're able to hold down that house, even though at some point we had two trucks and a car driving around our position. So it was really it was pretty crazy that we were actually able to hold that house that entire time. We were in there for a good, I'd say, 7 minutes left in the game, and you can see just a really good win there. We played that perfectly. That ACE 32 or the CR-56 AMAX is still one of the best ARs in the game with that 7.62 by 39mm. Kind of really everything you wanted from an AK in this game. What I would have liked to see is an AK-15, but this thing hits really hard. Let me know what your favorite weapon setup is with this weapon, how you like to run it. This one I ran a little bit off meta just to be different. I don't want to run the typical meta weapon, and I think this build really almost works, I would say, better than your typical meta. Very accurate, and again, you just need to make up for the movement speed. You're making up for the movement speed with less ammo, which works out really well. So let me know down below what you guys think. This is Buffner Gaming with the CR-56 AMAX or the IWI ACE 32. Till next time, Buffner Gaming out.